Well, we just left the location, folks, and, well, I think we got a lot of concrete evidence about some paranormal activity at the location.
We certainly did, Bob, and we got quite a bit of information and some good detail about the ghosts and the apparitions at that beaver gang place. Okay.
Yeah, Brampton beavers go back quite a long time. They were actually haunted for quite a while, that building itself, and there was a lot of reports of paranormal activity inside the building. And we think we caught a couple things on camera we're going to have to go back and take a look at. One of the things we thought we heard was going across the deck as we were inspecting that one building, and we thought we heard something under our feet, almost like there was something living under the deck. So we'll go back and take a look at that, but I'd say for what was a cold night, a crisp night, it was a good solid night of research. We got a lot of activity, a lot of evidence as well that we'll go back and review, as I said, and we'll try and put our thoughts together and see what had really happened out there.
We're gonna have a look at the tape and see if we can see the apparition under the deck, and if it was maybe a former pronounced gang member that has lost and perished, and we'll see if it's a ghost or not. But that's something we got to look at when we get home, and we're looking forward to it, and we're on to the next destination.
Yep, on the next destination. Keep an eye out for us. We're posting lots of videos these days, lots of ghost hunting videos out here in Brampton. A lot of activity, storied history in this town. So we'll keep investigating sites if you guys keep watching. Here we are, folks. We're en route to a new location here tonight. We're actually going to downtown Brampton to check out the old jail. Storied history at this jail goes way back into the 1800s. A lot of inmates died at this location. Conditions were very poor at the time when they were being held there. So we're on location here in Brampton. We're about to head downtown now, just a couple minutes away. And you know what? We're gonna see what we see. You know, like, this is a great location. Lots of activity been reported in this area from previous ghost hunters that have come through, and we're pretty excited about this night. Yeah, another cold night, another crisp night, but apparitions here. That's what we're keeping an eye out for. They're real busy, they're real active, and they can be very aggressive.
They have to be tamed, Thomas, like you said earlier in the video. What happened at this jail is really unfortunate, and unfortunately, in the early 1900s, 3 gentlemen lost their lives by the way of the via of hanging. Okay, and because of that, the apparitions now roam the place freely, and we're going to try to find those apparitions this evening. Now, we're not going to taunt them or poke them or get them fired up or nothing now, but we are going to try and stir it up and see if we can get any apparitions to communicate with us, and in other words, show themselves. And we're almost at location. We just got to make a U-turn, and we'll be at the old jail. Stay tuned.
Here first, folks. We're just pulling up to location, and we'll start rolling again once we get there. Well, folks, here we are again. We're just on location, and we're just pulling up to the old jail. You'll see it here on the left-hand side. And believe it or not, a couple people lost their lives at this location. 3 in total. One was actually hanged for murder. So a very haunted location. Potential for lots of activity here. It was originally built in 1867. And as my associate Eduardo here has told me, just closed down in 1977. So a very active jail, had a long history, and about 60 inmates at a time to get this here location. Lots of car activity around here, so we're trying to keep things respectful. We're not trying to be too invasive here, but we'll try and dig around a little bit if we can.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. And like you said, 3 people did die at this here facility. It opened in 1867.
All right, we're walking, we're talking, we're looking. That guy just blew a stop sign, but lots of history at this here jail. We're gonna try and go around the back here. We got a lot of homes on the opposite side, but we'll try and.
Don't want to get caught here.
We'll try and
kicked out. We can see into the basement. There could be an apparition.
Jumping,
in the basement.
buddy. This is deadly stuff.
Let me work the camera. Let me work this thing.
You can see the old wrought iron steel bars on the windows to keep the bastards from getting out.
Yeah, they would even gnaw at that wood and metal to try and get their arm through. Trying to get a hay penny from somebody on the street walking by. Anything they could. Look at the wall these cocksuckers had to get over. Massive. Must be 40 feet.
That's gotta be at least 40 to 50 feet high. We got another window down here where there's a lot of properties. We're not supposed to be back here, but we're here for the fans, okay? We're here to see what we can see. Jumping, that looks creepy in there.
can see in here the bars are still in the windows so the staff don't get out. Now that's in there, and it's just welded right into the facility.
That's built right into the stonework. It's about a 4-story building, and they would keep the dirtiest of the bastards in the bottom floor.
Yeah.
And
this guy didn't even get a window, as you can see here. It was more of a vent that they got. But these guys up here got more of a luxury, and they got to see out the window if they could. There's nothing. Don't go so far. See if we can see any movement. Maybe in the top window there where Josephine used to live. No, nothing there.
Buddy, this is ugly stuff. A lot of apparitions around here. As we mentioned before, it's a very active location. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're being watched and we don't know it. Wouldn't be the first time. But this is the Brampton jail. 3 people were hung here. And it's very active. Got a lot of evidence here tonight. But as I said earlier, it's a very active location in terms of houses and people walking and people talking and people driving. So we had to cut this one short just as we don't want to get caught here. We don't want to have the cops called again.
Well, I think we should try to go around the back myself, Richard, and see if we can get in. I know there is a driveway which they used to pull the inmates through, and it's a big green door. It used to come here back in the day, do arts and crafts. Get around.
Okay, here, folks, we're back on location. You might consider this trespassing on private property, but somehow you might not, so we're going to go ahead with it.
It's for the fans, Kyle. It really is. They want to see a ghost, and so do we. We're out here, it's cold, and we're at the jail, so we're here. We might as well try and find one. See what we can find.
Oh, Christ, they got cameras on us as we speak.
Yep.
This is deadly stuff here, folks. But we're doing it for you. We're doing it for the viewers. What the hell? Oh, Christ, we got activity over here. Yep. That looks like a rabbit to me, folks, but it could be an apparition. No, there's no way to be sure. Oh, jumping. This is spooky stuff back here, Eduardo. I'll tell you that much for free. This is the old prison gate. Hard to make out in the camera here, but 2 big, massive, stinking steel gates on either side. And that would keep the inmates in.
Here's the wall, as you see here. Like we said, about 40 feet. That thing's like 2 feet thick, Jim. You just can't get through it. You can't get over it. You're just stuck.
Can't get under it either.
Nope, can't get under it. This is the old yard, which the inmates would roam. You see here, not much
of a space at all, eh?
Not much space here.
Sometimes you'll come in these old jails and you'll see things carved in the walls. People trying to get out. People counting the amount of time they've been in. Spooky stuff, really.
There's a couple of windows you see. These are what, when I did my research, they were called the penthouses. You could actually see out into the yard. They would hang the people on the first floor is what I was reading. And unfortunately, like we said, 3 gentlemen did perish due to the rope. And nothing yet, but you know there's something in there. You just know.
You can feel it in the nut. Just the tingling sensation.
Taking the bars off the windows if there's nothing to keep in there.
Exactly, Eduardo. It's another question of what are they trying to keep in, rather than who are they trying to keep out. Oh, Christ, I thought I saw something in the middle window there, bottom right corner. I don't know.
I thought I saw something up here. Hondo P.
I might have caught it on camera. We'll have to come back and look at that. Any viewers, if you see anything in that top right corner, make sure you drop a comment on the post.
I saw something up there. I really did in the bottom corner.
Buddy, this is nuts back here.
No.
I don't know what's in here. Museum and jail archives. If I see somebody in here, there's gonna be squirt in my pants. You see, they've got the fogged out windows. Why don't they want us to see in?
It's too bad. It's just too bad, Kyle.
Well, folks, we're gonna have to go back and review the footage because I think we both saw something in the top right corner window there, and there's only one way to be sure. See, the wildlife around here is just exquisite, just beautiful. He's got nowhere to go, so we'll let him be. We're not hungry anyway. this is you get a very eerie sense here, as if you're being watched almost constantly. Up in that tower, you can't see it here on my camera, but if we get the light on it, there it is, folks. Now that's where there was one inmate here by the name of Jose Cuevo, and he actually was launched from that upper story balcony and plummeted to his death. Sad story, really. But as I said before, Eduardo and I go back, look at the footage, and we'll touch base with you when we get here safely.